Hello. There. Okay. Silent, silent, silent. This batch talk. Silent. क्या स्कूल में हो क्या? हाँ. This batch talks so much. This इतनी बात ही नहीं होती जितनी आप लोग कर ले हो. हाँ. Yeah. That whatever I teach, that will be in English. Whatever I rant, that will be in Hindi. Okay. Now. Now. Silent. See, there are three kinds of questions that you will mainly see in number series. First of all, number series you get those kind of things like 1, 4, 7, 10, like this. What is this? So basically, some pattern is there 1, 4, 7, 10. Correct. So basically, this is plus 3, plus 3, plus 3. Correct. Now, this is number series. So basically, some pattern is given to you, and you have to first identify the pattern, and based on that pattern, you have to find out the next number that will come. Now, again, there are three types. Okay, so one way is that this is based on plus, minus, or multiplication of something throughout the series. Now, that something may be constant. For example, here, it is all the time 3 being added here. Okay, now, in this case, what is the series? Can you guess? 1, 2, 8. Can you see this? This is what? Multiplied by 2, then 4, then 6, then. Correct. So can you see that the pattern is increasing also? This is multiplication, but it increases from 2 to 4 to 6 to 8, like this. Correct. So the next term will be 48 into 8 is what? 8 8s are 64, 6 carry, 8 4s are 32 plus 6, 38. 384 is what you will get. Now, so this is simple plus minus multiplication. Either it will be constant thing being added or multiplied, or successively increasing or decreasing. Then the other kind of series. Is one that is based on squares and cubes. Okay. For example, can you identify the next term in the series? Hmm? Ah, yes. Yeah. What do you think? What's the next? Yes. So basically, the series is like this is 1 cube minus 1, 2 cube minus 1, 3 cube minus 1, 4 cube minus 1. You know about all these cubes? Huh? 3 times if you multiply, that is called cube. So 2 cube is 8, 8 minus 1, 7. 3 cube is 27, 27 minus 1, 26. Similarly, you're going forward. This is 4 cube minus 1. Next would be 5 cube minus 1. What is 5 cube? 125. 125 minus 1, 120. So this is based on squares or cubes. Why is it minus 1? Because that is the series. Huh? See, first thing is there are no direct clues. You have to see them and you have to identify how the next term is being written. Okay, you have to think like that. Then once you find the pattern, apply it in this term and write the next term. Then the third common type is this. Now, see this. Now, sometimes in miscellaneous question, they mix 2, 3 things. Here, plus and multiplication, both are mixed. Can you find the pattern? What is this? 1, 4, 13, 40. What is happening here? So the pattern here is mix of both addition and multiplication. Now see this 1 and 3. This is what? Into 3 plus 1. 1 into 3 is 3. 3 plus 1, 4. Then this is 4 into 3 plus 1. 4 3s are 12. 12 plus 1, 13. Similarly, 13 into 3 plus 1. Next would be what? 40 into 3 plus 1. So this becomes 120 plus 1, 121. This is the answer. So basically, mix of both of these. Then last is which are based on prime numbers. Guess this. 3, 4, 6, 12 question mark. Okay, guess it. What is happening here? These are prime numbers. Now, this is what? Prime number into 2 or plus 1. What is this? This is all of them. So this is like 2 plus 1, 3. Then 3 plus 1, 4. Then 5 plus 1, 6. 7 plus 1, 8. Then 9 is not a prime number. So 9 is not taken. Next would be what? 11 plus 1 is 12. Next should be what? 13 plus 1. So this becomes 13 plus 1, 14. 14 becomes the answer. So these are the major types of questions that are asked. Now we will see some certain squares and cubes and the flow chart of how you find them. That what kind of pattern is this. Again, we'll follow the same pattern. That is, first we'll learn whatever we have to learn, and then we'll start doing questions so that you see the question and identify what has to be done here. Okay. Done. Then squares and cubes. Okay, you have to remember them, because if you don't, then finding out sometimes becomes difficult. Also, in other chapters also, they sometimes mix it up. That is why knowing the squares and cubes up to a certain point is important. Okay. Initial one, of course, you will know 0 square is 0, 1 square is 1, 2 square is 4, 3 square is 9. Then 17 square, 18 square, 18 square. 18 square is what?
324.
Yes. 19 square, 20 square, 21 square, 22 square. That's it. Till 22, you try to remember this. Now, next is cubes. Cubes, again, 0 cube is 0, 1 cube is 1, 2 cube is 3 cube is 4 cube is 5 cube is 6 cube is, what is 6 cube? Okay. 7 cube, what is 7 cube? Multiply, at least you can. 7 7s are 49, 49 into 7, 15 to 7, 350, 350 minus 7, 343. 8 cube, 512. 9 cube, 729. 10 cube, 1000. 11 cube, what is 11 cube? 131,331. 1,331. Yes. 12 cube. That's it. This much at least you have to remember. Now, see this. So basically, if in questions you are able to see the pattern directly, then it's fine. Otherwise, if you're not able to see, then this is one method, that is step form, that comes in use a lot of the times. So we'll first understand how step form works, and then we will write that flowchart of what you have to follow in number series questions. Now, step form is very important, very basic thing. For example, let's say this is the question. 2, 8, 26, 62, 122 question mark. Now, how you solve this? Okay, now see. What you have to do, you have to start taking successive differences. Correct? So you start from 2 and 8. What is the difference? Always positive difference you have to take. Don't worry about the sign and all that. Okay, so this is 6. Then what is this? 18. Correct. Then what is this? Huh? Next is Polo. Now, again, you see here 6, 18, 36, 60. You're not seeing a pattern. Just move forward one more time. Same thing. You have to pick 2 and start whatever is the difference. Same thing. 6 and 18. What is the difference? This I don't. Now, if you see it from here, 12, 18, 24, next would be 6 is getting added, so it may be 30, correct. But if you want, you can go one more step. So this becomes 6, this also becomes 6, and now you have a blank here. Now, logically, if this is 6 here, this is 6 here, what should come here? 6, correct. So I put 6 here. Now, the difference of these two would have been 6. The difference of these two would have been 6. So now, can I write it like this? That 24 plus 6 is 30 here. Why? Because the difference between them, 24 and 30, is now 6. So the way I am writing this is satisfying, correct? So the way that I write is 24 plus 6, 30. Then same structure I will follow here also. 60 plus 30, 90. Then 122 plus 90 becomes what? 122 plus 90 becomes what? Correct? 90 you can add. So this becomes 2, 1. This was the number that you were looking for. This is called step form. If you don't see the pattern directly, start doing this. In the first difference, second difference, third difference, you will start seeing some or the other pattern. Okay.
Why should we assume this is a pattern? Because if we see no, if we minus the consecutive number, we get the same thing. Like 8 and 3 is 27. So 1 minus 27, sorry, 27 minus 1 is 26.
Yes.
And then for 4, it's 64, right?
Yes.
Minus 2, it's uh,
Yes. 4 cube minus 2. Then next is 5 cube
yeah,
minus.
3.
Yes, correct. So if you can see this pattern directly, nothing like it. Correct. So then you can do it directly. But the thing is that this is actually what, see, if I tell you what is the general term here, what you are essentially subtracting is basically from here. For example, you were subtracting 3 cube minus 2. This is what you have done. 3 cube minus 1. Then you did 4 cube minus 2. Correct. Then 5 cube minus 3. So next should be 6 cube minus 4. Correct. Now, if you see this directly, then it is very good. But because this series is easy, for example, the series here is n cube minus n minus 2. That is n cube minus n plus 2. Yeah, this is the series. Correct. Now, that is why you could see this easily. Now, what if the series was then this would be very difficult to see. Correct. This would be very difficult to see in the general way. If you can see it, nothing like it. In fact, when we do step form in other questions also, I will be telling you the general term also, so that you learn that how you can guess that directly, what she did. But it becomes difficult sometimes. That is why you need to learn the step form also. Understood? You can note this now, that this is the general term of this equation. Okay, one more thing. From step form, you can guess this. See, this actually comes from Newton difference. So this gives you the highest power of the equation that you will get. See here, how many steps you went? 3 steps, correct? So maximum power that you will have here for the general term will also be 3. Okay, so once you are done with step form, once you got to the answer, you have solved it. Now, when you are doing it in practice, then try to think that I went 2 steps, so it must involve some squares. Then try to find out what might be the general term. That will develop your skill to see it directly. Okay. Done. Now, 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 drastically. Okay, let's see. So if there is a series, the first thing that we do with the series is to guess the nature of the series. Is it increasing, decreasing, or oscillating? Now, increasing, decreasing, understand. For example, this series 1, 3, 5, 7. What is this? This is constant increasing like this. Now, I can also make a series like 9, 7, 5, 3 like this. This is decreasing, correct? So increasing, decreasing series you understand. Now, another series that we need to understand is oscillating. So oscillating is basically where once it increases, then decreases, once increases, decreases like this. For example, let's take this. Oh, let me take a better one. Yeah. See, so basically what is happening here? You see here 1, 2, 3, 4, 9, 8, 27, 16. So what is happening? It is increasing, then decreasing like this. Now, if you want to see this series, what you have to do? You take the odd terms separately and you take the even terms separately. Correct? Now you can see clearly 2, 4, 8, 16. Correct? Same order here, and 1 into 3, 3 into 3 is 9, 9 into 3 is 27, 27 into 3 is what will be your answer. So this is called as oscillating series, where it, as you can see here, it was increasing till here, then decreased, then increased, then decreased. Can you see this? This is known as oscillating series. When series is oscillating, that means it is not constantly increasing or decreasing. Then it must not have been multiplied by something continuously or added something continuously. Then it must have been some different things happening to odd or even terms. And that is why we solve them separately using odd and even terms. Now, okay, so oscillating is different. Other than that, now come here. Check the difference. If it is increasing or decreasing, once you have identified, check the differences between them. If the differences are changing very slowly, for example, this 1, 3, 5, difference is almost, this is constant. Even if it was, let's say 1, then 2, then 4, then 7, then question mark. What is this? What is the series? This is difference of 1, then difference of 2, then difference of 3. Next would be difference of 4. Correct? So this will be 11. What is this? This difference is changing very slowly. That means if it is changing very slowly, then it must involve some kind of plus or minus. Very easy to identify using that step form also. You do just one step, you will start seeing the pattern. Correct? Now, sometimes the change is there, of course, but it is changing very drastically. For example, see this one. See this one. 1, then 2, difference is 1. 2 and 8, difference is 6. Then 8 and 48, difference becomes 40. Correct? So the difference is changing very drastically. That means that it may involve some kind of multiplication. Understood? Now, if this also does not follow, so you are not able to find any plus minus thing or any multiplication thing, then it may involve some square or cube. Correct? So for that, you need to check using step form. So the next thing that we try is step form. Try to solve it. If it involves squares or cubes, you will get the answer using step form. Why I'm saying this? Because if you look at this series, now if you want to get through addition or multiplication, it would not make much sense. Okay. Similarly, you see this series also, it does not make much sense by multiplication or addition. Correct. It makes only sense when you understand that this is what, this is whatever is cube minus 1. So this is n cube minus 1 pattern. If you don't identify, then it does not make any sense that from 26 you went 63 and then suddenly you are at 124. Correct. That is why once this fails, you have to try for step form. Now step form is also not working, though usually in step form you will get some pattern or the other. Even in the miscellaneous you have mixed one, that is into 3 plus 1. Those also, if you do using step form, you will see that you can see that pattern using step form. I will tell you how you can see it. Now another thing, the next is this. Again, very important. Why? Because there is no other way to get to a prime number based series other than seeing that it is based on prime numbers. Why? Because prime numbers do not follow any pattern. That is why whenever like new computing systems are being developed, they are asked for the longest prime number that they can tell. Correct. If it had a pattern, then anything would tell it. Correct. Any simple system will also tell that this is the 1 lakh digit prime number, but it won't be able to. Why? Because it does not have any pattern. Correct. So if it does not have any pattern for the supercomputer, of course it does not have for you as well. Correct. So that is why it becomes important that before leaving the question, just check once that is it involving some kind of prime numbers. If that is not the case also, then you can come to see, just observe it a little, or just leave the question after seeing the options for 1 minute. This is the whole flowchart. Now, one disclaimer, this flowchart is not as good as the letter series or coding decoding. Those were very straightforward. Correct. If you followed everything, you got the answer. Every time this won't happen with this flowchart. Almost all of the times it will work. Okay. Otherwise, these 3 chapters are basically guessing. All these flowcharts that you are seeing, that I only have developed for students to get to some pattern, get to some answer. Otherwise, it is all about just seeing a question and solving. Okay. So here, try to follow this pattern. Eventually, you will start seeing this observation that is needed in some questions. This will become better when you are through with all of these. Understood? So this is what we'll be following. Now we have to do questions. Done? Questions. Some practice questions, then we'll get to PYQs. First one, yes. $94. Other one? Yes. Yeah, let's see this. So what is the difference here? 46 and 57. First of all, you see that the series is increasing, correct? Next thing is finding out the differences between them. What is the difference? 11, then this is 13, then 11, then I don't know. So maybe because you got 11 back, that means maybe the pattern is like 11, 13, 11, 13, 11, 13, correct? So next difference I take is 13. Now I will first check this. I will put this number here by adding 13, and that should follow with 105 also. If that does not, then I have to look for some other pattern. Okay. So now 81 plus 13, what you get? 94. Now 94 and 105, what is the difference? 11. So that means it is following. So usually when this term is given, this is for you to check that the answer that you got based on some logic, is it following or not? So this becomes 94. Then this one, 2, 10, 30, 68, 130. Okay, now see how you go step by step. First thing, you see that this is a increasing series. Correct? Now, if you see here, what is the difference here? 8, then 20, then 38. So difference is changing very drastically, correct? May involve multiplication. Now, if it involves multiplication, then it will have a very simple pattern. Like it will be like into 3, into 3, into 3, into 3, into 2, something in whole figures. or they would be adding like into 3 plus 1, into 3 plus 2, not beyond that. It won't be like into 3 plus 11, into 3 plus 23. That does not make any sense. So now try to find it. 2 and 10. How do you go using multiplication? 2 into 5, correct. So this is into 5, okay. Then this is into 3, okay. But what is this? 30 and 68 does not make any sense. This is like 2 point something. That means that is not the pattern. So now you reject that in that flowchart. This is also rejected. So this was fine. Then this was rejected. Then this is also rejected. Next is step form. So then you come to step form. Start finding out the differences. 8, 20, 38, 62. I don't know. Fine. Next. 12, 18, 24. Next, I don't know. Now, here also, I can see that this is 12, 18, 24. Next would be 30. Or if you want to go further one step, you can go. So this is 6. This is 6, exactly like that one. And this I have to fill. So this will be like 6, 24 plus 6, 30, 62 plus 30 is 92, 92 plus 130. 2, 2. This becomes your answer. If you want to know the pattern, this is n cube plus n. This is the general term. How is it n cube plus n? See, first thing that you observe is 3 steps. So they must involve cubes. Now, what you do, if you really want to find out their general term, you see here and try to think that which cube is near to them. Correct. Now 10, which is the nearest cube that you can think of? 8, 8, correct. So you see here that this is very near to 8. That is 2 cube is very near to this. Then 3 cube is very near to this. Correct. Similarly, 4 cube is very near to this. Then you see what is the difference here? 2 cube is 8. 8 and 10, what's the difference? 2. Correct. So here you are adding 2. Here what you are adding? 3 cube is 27. Getting to 30, you are adding 3. Then here you are adding 4. So what is this? If you consider these numbers to be n, so this becomes what? N cube plus n, n cube plus n, n cube plus n. That is how you get the general pattern. Okay. Yeah. This becomes mechanical. This takes time to see. Okay. So you can do it like this. That is practice when you do, hopefully you do assignments. Then also you will find many questions from step form. So in that also, just follow the step form, get to the answer, and then start thinking in the reverse direction. Like you saw, count the number of steps, write the cubes, think what might be the pattern. That only will develop that ability to see it directly. Otherwise, this also, if you can do this fastly, this hardly takes like 30, 40 seconds. Not more than that. Okay.
So, usually the options, the PYQ options are in few patterns or how?
It's all mixed. It's all mixed.
Maybe be good at few patterns as well.
See, that is why you have to follow that whole flowchart. Sometimes this, sometimes that, anything is mixed. Okay. Wait time. Silent, silent. This is a little different. Five 570. Okay. Hmm, hmm, hmm. Okay. 570. Okay. See, this is a very different pattern. What is the pattern? See, if you see this 489 and this is 510. Now, this is constantly increasing, correct? Constantly increasing. Now, if you try to find out the difference between it, what is the difference? Correct. Now, what should be the next? Does this make any sense to you? 21, then 6, then 12, then 15, then 12. Huh? See, actually, yes, good, good. So basically, what is happening here, how you are getting to 21, that is why sometimes it is completely mixed up. So this is not following any of the pattern that we have learned till now. This is what, how you are getting 21 is using this. 4 plus 8 plus 9 is what? 9 plus 8 is? 9 plus 8 is 17. 17 plus 4 is 21. Then 5 plus 1 plus 0 is what? 6. Then 5 plus 1 plus 6 is what? Then 5 plus 2 plus 8 is what? 15. So this you got. Same thing here also. Next thing, what you will do? What you will add? All these. 5 plus 5 plus 5, 15. 15 if you add, what you get? 5, 7. Okay. Somebody, I think, following 12, 15, 12, 15 also would have got the right answer. Huh? That is why I thought how so many people are getting to the answer. 12, 15, 12, 15 is giving you the answer. Okay. But the logic must follow throughout. Okay. Last step. Yeah. So basically 5. See. Huh? Yeah. Oh, this 12, 15, 12, that is a wrong pattern. But what they have done is basically they have ignored everything here. This was 12, 15. So 12, 15. Okay. That is not correct, but they are getting the correct answer. Okay. You cannot just ignore the other terms, no? Fine. Then yeah, this is easy. See the options, it will become easier. Three cube is 27. What is the pattern? Think about it. See, all these numbers you have seen somewhere. 1 you have seen. Okay. 4 where have you seen? 2 square. 27 is what? 3 cube. Then 256 is correct. So this is the pattern. Yes, I think many people got this. Can you see it now? 3 cube. So 1 power 1, 2 power 2, 3 power 3, 4 power 4, 5 power 5, 6 power 6. Now 6 any powers, if you see 6 power 1 is 6, 6 square is 36, 6 cube is 216, correct? So all the time if you take any power of 6, last digit is what? Last digit is always 6. See the options. Okay. So this becomes the answer. Done? Then this we have done. Options. I think there is some mistake. You're getting any answer? 121. Plus 1 minus 1 for prime squares. Okay. 3 square plus 1, 5 square minus 1, 7 square plus, yes, yes. Okay. And this is what? This is 13 square plus 1. Okay. So this is 11 square minus. Yes. No. 120. Yes. So basically this is, if you see, these are squares. Minus 1 and plus 1. So this is 3, then 10, 24. See this. 10 is what? 10 is 3 square plus 1. Next is 5 square minus 1. Next is 7 square plus 1. Then next would be 11 square minus 1. Next is 13 square plus 1. This is the pattern. इस डाउट का क्या करें? Why do we need quantitative aptitude? Because 36 questions will be from here. That is why you have to do it, because reading comprehension, it becomes difficult to do all of them correct. Sometimes they reduce the number also. So that is why if you don't do all of it, it will become difficult, very difficult. Okay, that's why you have to cover. And if you are able to do like decent also in quantitative aptitude, if you do the classes, if everything that is in the copy That much you can do, that also, and have some courage to pick the questions in the exam, then you will be fine. You need not become very good at it. Okay, that will be okay, but just leaving quantitative aptitude will not work in this time. It won't work. It used to work like before 2020 and all that. Now it has become very difficult. Though you can't master them. Mastering is very difficult. See, and the number of questions from a particular chapter also is not fixed. Yes. Sometimes you may feel that these three chapters I'm very good at, and you won't find any questions, or you will find one very difficult question. That's why try to do it all, at least till a minimum level. Then you will be fine. Then. Do this. Four 478. This is 2, 4, 8, 16. Huh? Find it. You see a decreasing series. Try to find out the difference and see any pattern if you can. You can see it. Find out the difference. Write down whatever is the difference between them. All of them. Do it. Done. What you have to do? This is what? Minus of 2. This is next would be what? Can you see a pattern? 2, 4, 8, 16. Next would be correct. And next should be minus of 64. Now let's check minus of 32. So 510 minus 32. This becomes 10 minus 2 is 8. Correct. Then this becomes 0. Correct. 10 minus 3 is 7. This becomes 4. 478. Now you should check 414 also. So 478 minus 64 should give you 414, or you just subtract them. This becomes 4, this becomes 64. B becomes the answer. These are what? These are powers of 2. 2 power 1, 2 power 2, 2 power 3, 4, 5. In this, see, how many minutes do you need is depends on how many questions you are going to attempt in cons especially. But yeah, if you have enough time, like you can have 2 to 2.5 minutes if you do reasoning and RC is fast enough, you will have 2 to 2.5 minutes for one question of quant, which is enough, which is more than enough. Okay, provided that you can solve it. This is not like very time based exam, because you just have to clear cutoff. So this is not like some banking exam or something where you have to do a lot of question in very limited time. Here it is all about the questions are little trickier, little tougher, and the what they are saying, you can you solve this question instead of how fast can you solve this. This is the core of this. Okay, so try to learn that how you solve this. Even if you do it the whole conceptual way, the whole lengthy way, does not matter, provided you can understand the question and get to the answer. That is the core theme. Okay, then do this. This we have done. Yes, we have done this. Okay, this we have done. No, I took it as an example, I think. No. Okay, then do it.
Two.
392. Okay. 392 plus n square and cube is n square. 43 plus 49, 43. Yes. Do it, do it. You can see it increasing. You can find that you cannot get it by any addition. Multiplication also is not possible. Then try for step form. Start doing step form. Done. Now, difference is 10, 24, 44. This I don't know. Now move forward. 14. You can see the pattern. 14, then 20, then 26, 32. What is this? Addition of 6. If you want to go one more step, this is 6, 6, 6. Next should also be 6. 32 plus 6, 38. 102 plus 38 becomes 140. Then 252 plus 140 will be what? This is 390. This becomes your answer. Now, can you tell me what is the common term? What is the general term? N cube plus n square is the general term. Correct? Again, you can see 3 steps. So you see here that this must involve some kind of cubes. So you start writing cubes. 1 cube is 1, then 2 cube is 8, 3 cube is 27, and see the difference between them. Here the difference is 1, here the difference is 4, here the difference is 9, correct? 10. Go one step further. This is 64, correct? What is the difference? 16. Now can you see a pattern? 1, 4, 9, 16. What are these? These are squares of those same numbers, and that is why this is n cube, this is n cube plus. What are all these? N square. So n cube plus n square becomes the general term, but it becomes easier to see after you have done all of that. No, you don't have to. Yes. Yes. Okay. People who don't want to understand this, it's fine. You can do this. You can get to the answer. That is all that matters. Okay. Fine. Then next. Do this. Now, see, this is actually based on one of these. This is a very important multiplication series that they keep giving on again and again. When we do the PYQs, you will see that they have given this thrice. Okay. Now, what is this series? Understand that. So basically, it starts with multiplication with 0.5. 0.5 is half. Then multiplication by 1 here, then 1.5, then 2, then 2.5, and goes on. Correct? Now, this is one series. Why this series they like? See, the good thing about this series is because their aim is to confuse you. Correct? So, if you see here, this series will initially decrease. Why? Because you're multiplying it with half, or you are making whatever is the value half. So it is decreasing first, then multiplication by 1 means it remains constant, and then after that it starts increasing. So it becomes difficult for students to identify what kind of series is going on here, and that is why they keep checking this again and again. That is why what I say, that you can ignore first few terms to guess the nature of series, not to solve the series, but to guess the nature of series. Is this increasing, decreasing, oscillating? In that you can miss first two terms, first one two terms, and then see how series is behaving. So if you just miss first two terms, then you will see it very clearly, an increasing series, and then it will come to your mind that it is changing drastically, so it might be multiplication. Then you will be able to see the pattern. Now, similar to this is another series like this, which goes 0.5 into 1.5 into 2.5 into 3.5 and goes on. Now, why I'm telling you this beforehand only? Because so that you remember this. And whenever you see something like this, which decreases and then after that keeps increasing, immediately these two should come to your mind. Now, observe this 256 and 158, 128. What is this? Multiplication by 0.5 or half, then. What is this? 128 and 192. Multiplication into 1.5. Can you feel this? 128 by 2 is 64. 128 plus 64 is what? 192. Correct? Now, next is what? Next is, you need not even check. If you want to check, you can check 192 into 2.5 is 480. Let's check it. 192. 2.5 is 5 by 2. Correct? 2.5 is 5 by 2. Now, let's cancel this out. 1 time goes 9 times. 1 remains with 12. 6 times. 96 into 5. 6 5s are 30. 3 carry. 9 5s are 45. 45 plus 3. Correct? So you got the series. This is 0.5, 1.5, 2.5. Next would be what? 3.5. So you multiply 480. 3.5 is what? 7 by 2. Correct? 3.5 is 7 by 2. Correct? Now, this goes 1 time. This goes 240. Now, 7 4s are 28. 8 here, 2 carry. 7 2s are 14 plus 2. 1680. Okay, first time you won't be able to see this, but now on, from now on, remember these two. Very famous. You will see 3 PYQs which use them. Then
Before that possible. Now, when it's given 7/2, I can do 3.5. Like, right? If it's directly 7.5, then how can I go already? Like, 7/2.
3.5 you want to find out. 3.5 means what? 3.5 by 1 I can write. This is fine. Now, if I have, can I multiply by 10 both in the numerator and denominator? Is that fine? I can multiply, correct? So this becomes what? 35. 3.5 into 10 divided by 10. How many times this goes? By 5 this goes 2 times. This goes. Okay. Okay. Now we will be doing silent, silent, silent. Now we will be doing PYQs. Okay. In PYQs, try to focus on whatever we have learned till now. Okay. You have to identify them, not this question. You have to identify them based on same thing, increasing, decreasing, oscillating, how I have to go about it. Try to follow that flowchart. You will find that you are able to do most of the questions using it. And the other thing was that note point that we have written, multiplication by those three questions are those only. So at least those you can find out. Okay. Now let's get started. Do it properly. Process is same. First thing, you see that this is a decreasing series. Then find out the differences between them. See how the differences are changing. $76. I will add one option for you. I have just added one option. I'm not saying this is correct. Huh? 76. Okay. Some people are getting 76. Some are getting 78. What is the answer? 70. Now, see, first thing, that silent, 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 silent. Okay. Now, this is a decreasing series. First of all, now we need to check the difference between them. So you see here, difference is of 3, then 5, then 7, then now, can you see here that the difference has a pattern? Of course, 3, then 5, then 7. There is no 9. Why there is no 9? Because this is not series of odd numbers. This is series of prime numbers. So this is 3, 5, 7, 11, 13. Next would not be 15. 15 is just an odd number. What you want is a prime number. So next would be 17 that you have to subtract. 93 minus 17. 13 minus 7 is 6. 8 minus 1 is 7. 76 becomes the answer. Okay, I think they should have given 78 also in the options so that more people could do wrong, but they didn't. Understood? That is why try to check it throughout. It's a very easy question, correct? Very, very easy question. Now, 78 was not an option, then of course you will look. But if it is there, then you may do it wrong. That's why try to do it properly. Just write it. See, the questions which are of 30 seconds, don't save 5 seconds in them. Give them those 30 seconds. It's already a very small question. Don't try to say कि इसका 5 second बचा के I will put it in that 2.5 minute question. It won't matter. Okay, that is why do them carefully. Otherwise, what happens? Because essentially this here you can lose 3.33 marks while you know everything. Okay, so don't do that. Then 3.33 marks, 2.5 per question, and 0.83 is what you lose for getting a wrong answer. In total, 3.33. Then do this. Again, follow the flow chart. First thing, tell me what kind of series is this? This is oscillating, correct? Correct. So what kind of series, what we do? Odd even terms, try to see a pattern. In odd terms separately and even terms separately. Do it, everyone. Now, see this 4, 196 increasing, then 196, 16 decreasing, then 144 increasing, then decreasing, increasing, decreasing. What does this feel like? Is it increasing, decreasing? No. This is very clearly oscillating in nature. Correct? Now, once you identify this is oscillating, this is the easiest form. So usually when they give even odd series separately, they give very easy series. So once you have identified that this is oscillating, it becomes a very easy question. So now just see them. 4, 16, 36, 64, and the other is 196, 144, 100, X. Focus on the black one. Why? Because that only will give me X. Now, what are these? 196 is what? This is, that is why you have to remember the squares. Next would be what? 14, 12, 10, 8 square. What is 8 square? 16, 4. If you go by the series normally, then you will find it odd. That already there was 64. So how can you have again 64? Why? Because they are unrelated. The series is not with odd and even terms. This is odd term separately and even term separately. So that is why answer becomes 64. For this, the series is like, though not asked, this is like 2 square, 4 square, 6 square, and 8 square. Then do this. Very easy. Just read it carefully. Read the question. They've already given you what is the pattern. Read it. Just see what is the nearest prime number to them. And how can you get this? Because it says it is a series with respect to prime numbers. Yes. Right, right, right. Don't try to see. If you were to see and solve, you would have done this in 10 seconds. After that, you should pick up your beautiful pen and with your hands start doing something. Okay, so what is happening here? This is a series. This is a series with respect to prime number. Now, which is the nearest prime number to them? Here, the prime number that is near to it is 13. 15 is not a prime number, correct? So that means this is what? Minus 1. Then what is 1 nearest to this? 17. Again minus 1. Then minus 1 gives you 19, correct? So the same pattern follows. Minus 1 gives you 23. This gives you minus 1 gives you 29. Minus 1 gives you 31. Next is, what is the next prime number after 31? Is 33 prime? No. 35? No. 7 5 are 35. Next is 37. So what should be here? One more than this, one more than this, one more than this. 38 should be here, so that I can write 38 minus 1, 37. C becomes the answer. It is very simple. Okay. Whatever is written in the question, if they have given this is prime number, so write all the prime numbers that are close to it and find out the difference. You will see a pattern. Then next, you don't have to minus 1, no? See, this is a bigger number. When you subtract 1 from it, you get a prime number. Correct? So if prime number, see, if you want to see in reverse direction, from 13 to 14 is what? Plus 1. From 17 to 18 is what? Plus 1. This is also plus 1. So here also what you will have? From 37 plus 1, 38. Okay. So all this series is actually, this is the series. Prime plus 1 is the series. And then next. See the note point. What is the series? What is the series? 0.5, 1.5, correct? See, first thing you identify that this is first decreasing, then constant, then increasing. Correct? This is a very famous series into 0.5, 1, 1.5, same. That series itself is given. Now, this is what? Into 0.5, into 1, into 1.5, into 2, into 2.5. Next would be correct 75 into 3. That is why we have written it in note itself. Then fine. Yes, Rekha. Follow that flow chart. First thing is what? This is a increasing series. Now, how is the difference changing? 5, then 15, then 45. So difference is changing drastically. Most probably it involves some kind of multiplication. Okay. Now see. Yes. Find out the first difference. In that also you may see a pattern. Done? Now, increasing, changing drastically. Let's try for multiplication. Now, the difference is 5 here, then 15, 45, 135. Next, I don't know. Okay, then now if you see here, can you find a pattern here only? 5, 15, 45, 135. What is this? This is all the time into 3, into 3, into 3. Correct? Can you see this difference? Right? This is into 3, into 3, into 3, into 3. Correct? Now, what you understand from here is basically this is not a step form direct question, but from here you get a hint that maybe it is multiplication by 3. That is the series. So you start from 2, you multiply it with 3, what you get to? 6. 6 plus 1 is 7. So you get that maybe the series is into 3 plus 1. Then you try this hypothesis in the next term also. So 7 into 3 is 21. 21 plus 1 is 22. So here also it follows. Then you try it once more. 22 into 3 is 66. 66 plus 1, 67. Yes. Similarly, here also. So that means this is the series. Into 3 plus 1. So this becomes 202 into 3, 606 plus 1, 607. C becomes the answer. Understood? Fine. Do it. Two 36.25. Again, very simple question. Based on same that note point, try to find out the answer. Done. Now, what is happening here? It says that the first sequence and second sequence follow the same pattern. Now, what is that pattern? That we have to see first. Now, 8 to 4, then 6, then 15. Now, instead of going through the entire flowchart, you anyway know that this series you already know that something becomes half, then becomes 1.5 times, then becomes 2.5 times. This you have already learned the series. You can see it directly, correct? So this is what? This is multiplication by 0.5, then by 1.5, then this is 2.5, correct? Now, why I have written till here only? Because the value asked is of C. So essentially same thing I have to do here also, into 0.5 into 1.5 into 2.5, correct? Now, so I write here 5 into 0.5 means 1 by 2. So I become A. Then after that, multiplication by 1.5 will make it B. So 1.5 means 3 by 2. Then multiplication by 2.5, that is 5 by 2, will give me C. Correct? This I have to calculate. Now, how do I calculate? So this becomes 5 3s are 15, 15 5s are 75 by 2 2s are 4, 4 2s are 8. 75 by 8, what is it near to? 8 9s are 72. So 9 point something. Okay, you identify that 8 9s are 72. So it must be 9 point something. If you see the option, only one of them is 9 point something. This is the answer. Fine. Then do this. See, one thing I will tell you, that when you get tables like this, like the earlier one, this one, so what you have to do, start looking for pattern in the horizontal direction or in vertical direction. One of them will have some pattern, and the pattern usually are like this, that there is some column 1, there is some column, let's say 2 or 3, whatever, and if you do an operation in 1 and 3, you will get the value of column 2. Something like this is there. So this is one pattern, and the other pattern that you find here is this, that C1 C2 C3 together in an operation is the same in all the rows. These are the two kinds of usual pattern you will see in them. So one is do some operation to 2 columns, get the third column. That third column may be located anywhere. Sometimes these two will become the center column. Now, other way is that all the columns you add, then you get some number. This is that magic box, if you remember, Sudoku and all that you fill, correct? So the sum is exactly the same for entire row, for entire column. So second pattern is that. Here, try to find out what is the pattern. See, all of them has A, B, C, A, B, C, A, B, C. Correct? All rows have A, B, C. So this row also must have A, they already have, C, it already has, B, it must get. So these two options are gone. Correct? Now 9B or 3B, this you have to identify. What is it? So this is 7. 7 plus 3, 10. Can you see? The entry in column 1 plus column 3 is giving you column 2. Then 3 plus 6 is 9. Then 10 plus this number, let's call it x. Correct. So 10 plus x has to be 13. What is x? 13 minus 10? 3b becomes the answer. Not this pattern, but some other patterns you will find like that. Yeah. Mhm. Note down this also. These are the two general patterns. Yeah. Some new questions I keep adding. PYQs will be the exactly same. PYQs will be same.